Welcome to the Crystal Bar podcast, where I'll be sharing crystal wisdom and guidance to empower, enlighten, and educate you. I'm Claire, owner of the Crystal Bar, and my goal is to guide you on your spiritual path of knowledge searching, self-discovery, and growth. So join me for a dose of crystal knowledge, cosmic updates, a sprinkle of astrology, and other exciting topics. Are you ready? Let's dive in. So today is the day before the full moon in Cancer, which is a very homely, spiritual sign. So with that being said, I thought, do you know what? I'm asked all the time the crystals I wear daily, the crystals I have in my home, because quite often I hear from some of you that you don't see crystals in my videos. Well, I just want to remind you there are crystals in every room of my home, but obviously I have the crystal bar within my home as well. So the energy is just rocking. So I don't really need to have loads of crystals on my shelves. Yeah. Because I am stood within that energy. So I'd like to have a gentle crystal energy when I leave work, just sort of slowly, lowly vibrating. However, of course, I do wear crystals every day too. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of an insight about what I wear and why. So I thought I'd start the story with my first ever crystal. If you know me well, if you've listened to this podcast, you'll know my first ever crystal was a rose quartz. It is a beautiful, gentle pink crystal. It's full of love, it's full of compassion. And I still remember that day vividly when I opened the door to a very spiritual woman. She gifted it to me. She was selling wares out of her bag, and my mum brought some brass bits and pieces, a little pixie, and she actually gifted me a lucky rose quartz. And I still swear to this day it attributed to an incredible childhood with really good friends, really good school life, and honestly and truthfully, I just sailed through it. Now, a lot of people say that was just me. I'm kind of like a glass half full kind of girl. I see the good in everything. I don't really pick up on negativity. Well, I do, but I banish it because I'm an empath. But yeah, I attribute it to absolutely bringing in loving vibes and protective pink fuzzy energy around me all through my childhood into my adolescence. But that being said, funnily enough, I don't wear rose quartz now. I do have a huge chunk of rose quartz in my personal collection within the office. On my desk, there's a bookshelf just to the left where my books are, and I've got rose quartz there, amethyst, I'm just going through it in my mind, citrine. What else have I got there? Oh, blue agate, malachite, all my favourites. A massive piece of clear quartz that I use for my readings. So within the office, and then on the right, I've got a huge clear quartz tower, smoky quartz tower. And then that corner is full of citrine because that's actually a money corner. And I've got a money plant there as well. So all... That being said, okay, rose quartz still features smallly, but considering it gave me a really big, interesting start into the crystal world, I find that, I don't tend to lend myself to rose quartz much. Sometimes I'll have a bath with it, but rose quartz is still there right by my head when I'm working on your orders all day or doing my admin. It's simmering away. So it's there, still has a lovely, lovely, lovely part of my life. Yeah, right. Okay, so let's step a little bit further into my home and tell you what crystals are around. So next up is citrine. I know I've just mentioned it, but this sunny crystal is known as the merchant stone. It's a lovely yellow colour. Baked citrine tends to be more vibrant yellow with white. Natural citrine tends to be yellow but more straw-like yellow, even on the edge of looking like smoky quartz to some extent, but if you look at it in the light, it will have the straw colour within it, where smoky quartz is on the grey side of the browner colours. So can be a bit confusing, but don't worry. As you get to use the crystals, you'll also feel their energy as well. So it's very easy to tell them apart energy-wise. But, oh my gosh, in my old house, I had a piece of citrine on my windowsill for about 5-6 years. And that literally changed just a small piece, just a tumble. I had it south-facing, sort of southeast, getting sunshine and moonlight all the time because it was a moon and sun-facing window. So it was always being cleansed, always being vibrated. I literally just left it there, sitting there, doing its thing and bringing me joy and abundance. It helped me out of depression. And then it helped me focus on starting my business. Now, I used to be in between being made redundant. I did photography. And yeah, I have to say, it was absolutely incredible. I found my way with the citrine. It kind of enlightened me and put me on my life's path. And within time, I then started my word art business, and I was doing really well with my word art, graphic design, button art. But I found that I was starting to move towards crystals more. As I was finding myself spiritually, I was working with crystals more. So I actually then became a seller for another crystal company. And I thought to myself one day, just before my 40th birthday, do you know what? I could do this myself. Why am I building someone else's dream when I could be building my own? And citrine really gave me that confidence to just go for it. And here we are today, over 5 years later, building, and I've got so many beautiful ideas for the business going forward. There's not enough hours in the day. I do need to focus more. But at the moment, I'm just enjoying giving you your crystals, building the stock levels, which it's like an Aladdin's cave in the crystal bar, but it's beautiful. And I'm so overwhelmed and grateful to be able to be around crystals every single day. Honestly, it's truthfully wonderful. However, who doesn't want a little extra bit of luck while juggling spreadsheets and customer queries and oh, hang on, my phone's just gone off. Hopefully are you there still? I'm using my phone to record. Yes, you are. Hopefully that didn't pause. I apologize. Yes, citrine, if you're looking to start something new, if you're wanting to welcome abundance or business or just have luck within your work, carry citrine, pop it in your purse to have money flowing into your life, pop it on your order book, and believe me, it will bring absolute joy and financial success into your life. As I say, citrine is about abundance, which is also why I keep it in my money corner. And it's like having a little money fairy cheering me on from the sidelines. When I'm feeling extra grateful, I say thank you to the citrine. And yeah, it's just wonderful. Grab yourself citrine if you don't have it. So now I'm going to talk about what I actually wear every day. There are 3 crystals and I add to that every other day or whenever I need it. Now, again, you'd think I'd be wearing citrine or rose quartz, but I'm not. I've actually become very aligned with 3: peach moonstone, fluorite and clear quartz. So peach moonstone. I use this in my everyday life as a bracelet for business luck. It's like wearing a lucky charm that whispers sweet encouragement in my ear. It reminds me that I can conquer the world, one sale at a time. Plus, it pairs beautifully with my leopard print watch. I know that's all very... What's the word? My brain's just gone. Yeah. It's not the importance of it, but it does look beautiful. And I love how it shimmers in the light. Moonstone is a very flashy crystal, so it brings sparkle and joy to your day as well. Now, interestingly, I wear all my bracelets on my right wrist, which is my dominant wrist. You're supposed to wear it on the left to absorb all the energy, but I like it to filter out to my environment as well, protecting me as I go. So not only am I absorbing that peach moonstone, it's infiltrating everything that I am doing. Secondly, we have fluorite. That's my go-to for focus and protection from negativity. I wear it daily, and let me tell you, it's like having a shield against distractions. I mean, who knew that focusing could be so tricky when you're running a big business, hey? Okay, I know I'm classed as a small business, but believe me, it's big in terms of my life. And honestly, as well as that, it helps me channel a little bit of Zen as well. Fluorite is really good if you're going for exams or tests or schoolwork, but I just find it's really good for focusing and creating those to-do lists, powering through it. Thirdly, I wear clear quartz daily. This is the all-purpose crystal, and this sparkling clear crystal is here for energy, clarity, manifestation. It's almost like the Swiss Army knife of crystals. It can lend itself to everything. I also use clear quartz during my oracle card readings, a huge chunk, and I have it next to the cards, and it flows its energy and offers protection. But importantly, it amplifies my intentions when speaking to spirit to read your cards well. It helps me tap into readings and your energy as well. But just remember, don't get too attached, because it's really good at all of that, but it also diffuses itself when it doesn't feel like you need it anymore. However, because of the work I do, the protection, the mindset, the readings, it does really vibrate well. And of course, it's a health crystal. So if you have a health ailment, it will protect you as well. So we've already spoken about my office. Of course, there are a trillion crystals in there. However, in my kitchen, I keep moss agate and clear quartz for abundance and to focus on healthy eating. It's almost like my little health squad, reminding me to choose kale over cake. Though, let's be honest, cake still gets invited to the party, and I have brought some lovely cakes this week. I nearly had one for breakfast because I have a huge admin day ahead, and they are beautiful chocolate chip muffins, which aren't exactly the healthiest. However, I've been good. I've grabbed an orange and some blackberries to have with my breakfast. So, yes. It did work on this occasion. It swung me around. It looked at those cakes and said, they look good, but go for the healthy this time. And we're also heading back to citrine for a moment, this time in my money corner, which I spoke about. But also as well, downstairs is my money corner in my kitchen. So that little crystal, that little citrine I spoke to you about that was in my south-facing window in my lounge in my old house, now sits on my windowsill in my kitchen because that's south-facing, gets the moonlight, gets the sunlight. So it's still doing its thing and looking after me. It's like a financial cheerleader for citrine. It encourages abundance to flow into my life. And speaking of love as well, and life and abundance, it's just a wonderful nurturing crystal because it brings joy and good relationships and healthy vibes into your life. It helps you see when people are energy drained. So it kind of takes you up a level in your vibrations. And because of this, you can sense dismal vibrations. That's the only word I can see for it. But people who might be energy vampires. So as well as that, it creates more of a positive atmosphere around you. I also have some rose quartz in my bedroom. This helps to foster love and harmony, which is never a bad thing in the bedroom. But the only problem is sometimes I get so lost in the love vibes that I forget to turn off the Netflix. If you know me well, you'll know I do have a TV in the bedroom. It's my relaxation sanctuary. I tend to listen to YouTube relaxation and meditation on there. And I enjoy all of the visuals that they have. So I like to just daydream into a soft glow at that TV. However, yes, I did watch the NFL last night. We are in wild card season. I'm a huge supporter of American football. We went to watch last year. We hope to watch this year as well in Wembley. Yeah, anyway, I'm digressing. But anyway, yes. Yeah. But I'm actually moving back downstairs now. Let's not forget about smoky quartz and strawberry quartz in my hallway for protection and bringing gentle, loving vibes into the home, for helping you heal emotionally if you've been through a draining day. It's almost like if you were working in the emergency services and there was like a nuclear incident and then you walk through that shower that cleanses all the nuclear energy off you, that's what the smoky quartz and the strawberry quartz does for me. They stand guard in my hallway like little bouncers at a club, keeping all the negativity out. And I've also got black tourmaline in my plant pot by the front door. It protects my plants and my space, and it's like having a tiny security system that doesn't even need batteries by the front door. It's almost like if someone's coming in with draining energy, it blocks it, it holds it back like a big bubble, keeping out of my home. And speaking of nature, I've planted rosemary and I've got rosemary planted in the ground for protection. Rosemary is to ward off energy and negativity. And then I've got 2 holly shrubs by the front door. They're standard tree shrubs, which brings in positive energy. So it's like a little garden of good vibes outside the front door. I used to have a lavender wreath on the front door as well, which was incredibly amazing. However, that's now in the back garden. But because I've got the rosemary warding off negativity and the holly bringing in good vibes, I find that really very useful. So that's everything. Do you know what? I always forget. What else have I got around my home? Did I mention the amethyst in my lounge? The big chunk of amethyst that brings calm and anxiety? I don't know if I did. If I didn't, basically, I have got a huge chunk of amethyst. It's actually a tea light holder, but it's massive, and it's sat on my bookshelf, which is near where I do my writing for calm, serenity, relaxation. But of course, that infuses into the lounge, and I chose a larger piece because the lounge is so big, just so it sort of ripples through the air. It's almost like my cozy corner of serenity, and whenever I'm stressed, I just sit with it, and suddenly it's like I'm wrapped in a soft, fuzzy blanket of tranquility. Plus, it looks good on the shelf. It really sparkles beautifully. That you can feel it, you know it's there. It's so lovely. So often as well, I'm asked, why did I start my business? And I'm going to keep this short. I've also been asked to do a podcast about running a business and what it entails. So I will look into doing that in the future. But just quickly, why did I start my business with crystals? Well, you heard me say earlier they were helping my life, and I was working with others to support their crystal business, but deep down and spiritually, I just wanted to help others discover the magic and healing that crystals can bring into their lives. I believe everyone deserves to feel empowered, focused and loved. Plus, I get to share my passion and create a community of like-minded souls who appreciate the beauty of these gems. And what's not to love about that? So I know, 17 minutes? Oh my gosh, I've been chatting as long as I have for a normal podcast. I thought it was going to be like an 8-minute podcast, but anyway. But thanks for tuning in to today. I hope you've enjoyed our chat about my favourite crystals and maybe even found out a little bit of inspiration for your own crystal journey. And remember, whether you're a seasoned crystal collector or just starting, may your days be filled with sparkle and positivity. You keep shining bright, my loves, because you deserve all the best in the world. And remember, the right crystal will always find you. Hey, don't go yet. As a huge thanks for listening, I've got a special discount code just for you to use on our website, thecrystalbar.co.uk. If you pop the code podcastcrystal, all one word, in at checkout, you'll get a secret discount. And it is indeed a secret because the amount discounted will change through the year. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I'd be so grateful if you could leave a comment or a review. A million thanks if you do. And of course, if you have a friend who loves crystals, please do share with them. Sending you love and light. Have a great week because you deserve it.